Another gorgeous day here at the castle, working on the HEMIATA. Last time I ended a video, a long form video, we were worried about fitment in the scat pack inside the Miata, and we're about there still as well. And I've got a path forward, so I'll share that path forward with you, and we can talk about next steps here on putting a 6.4 liter in the front of a Miata 2001. So let's get to it. So from a visual standpoint, we can see that due to the front sump oil pan on the Gen 3 Hemi here, the engine is going to need to be in front of this V8 roadster cross member. These front 4 bolts are where the steering connects to, A-arms, etc. Go off here, kind of the whole suspension engine mount to that, and that then mounts on the Miata. So stock one obviously looks like this. When it's in there, there's enough room for a Miata engine, and that's about it. In the last video, you could kind of see how close together everything was. There's probably a 1/4 of an inch gap on each side of the actual frame rail. So we're talking here and here, 1/4 inch gap to even fit the width of the engine, to not include the exhaust whatsoever. So we have some fitment issues as expected. And I'm still debating whether I'm gonna do a tubular front end, chop all the frame off, custom front steering, suspension, everything, a whole 9 yards. Run tube for the body skins, etc. So we're in the midst of thinking about that. And as we think about it, I'm going to do the next logical step, which is take this V8 Roadster engine as well as suspension harness, subframe chassis, whatever you want to call it, and mount all the stock suspension components, steering rack, etc. onto that V8 Roadster sub chassis, mount that in the car. And then I'm gonna take a better look at everything. Now that I've seen the engine in the car a couple times, that should tell me whether or not I'm gonna need to do some radical changes to the front frame rails, which I think I will. Again, let's just get this combined with this, put in the car, and then I can get a better visual of how this is gonna look. So that's the next step. Should be like putting together some Legos. So let's get to it. Okay, everything's bolted back together. Here's how it looks. It's gonna need an alignment since I didn't exactly align any of the lower control arm bushings. So yeah, gonna need an alignment, but in case anyone's wondering, this is what the universal V8 Roadster tubular subframe for Miata looks like, with all the front suspension installed. And yeah, not a lot to it. The powder coat green does look great. Really stoked with that. Gonna go ahead and lower the Miata, get this bolted in, and get going to the next step. All right, guys, so here we are again. I've got to wait on parts to come in for the Miata. So Scat Pack Miata is pushed outside. It'll take about a week for parts to get here, maybe 2. And gonna throw the cover on it, get working on the next one. Not the correct ending to this video, but it is what it is. We're waiting on parts, and I'm gonna work on the next project because I need to get these things done. And it involves this 500 horsepower Dodge Neon SRT4 and that Jeep. So should be interesting. See what happens. I'm gonna go to the next video and close this one out. See you guys next time.